Okay, good evening. How are you guys doing? So this is stories about Somalis in Minnesota. Somali in Minnesota managed to steal $250 million from the U.S. Federal government program. The program is designed to help children that have no children from low-income people with no money. The program is supposed to help them buy food, meals every morning. Like the children go to school, and then the program pays for their food, basically in the school. So what these Somalis do is they open up a non-private organization pretending that they are helping children, or they're going to help children have by opening this non-private organization. They're going to cook this food and serve the food to the children at the school. So imagine children goes to school. This is about maybe the city is about 400,000 people over here. So in any given day, there is about close to few thousand students that are relying on this food, this money to get lunch, to drink something for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. So these people, they're opening up a non-private organization, apply for the money from the government. They're supposed to buy the food with the money that was given to them. The government gives them the money, they take the money and they buy food, cook it in their, some of these people, the non-private Feeding Our Children feature, that's the organization that takes the money from the government. They apply and they get the grant from the government, right? And then they open up a bunch of different facilities. Let's say over 200 sites. So they open up over 300 places within the city, and they pretend that this is a place where they're going to be cooking food, make it ready, and deliver it to the children at the school, in the cafeteria. And this is where they're giving the food to the children. This is normally on top of the whatever small food that the children received at the local school that they go into, because a lot of these children actually goes to public school. On the school, they also provide some amount of food. I mean, it's not much, but they do provide some amount of food. So it's not like the children will go to cafeteria and they have nothing to eat. They are a school that they go to. They provide some food, some drinks for children, for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. So what these people do is they applied and they were given. This is just the money that's $250 million that is being. The government find out that this money is being used for individuals that are opening up these companies, and they took the money, and those individuals, they use the money on their own families. They go and open their own business, like real estate. Some of them, they even open businesses in Middle East, in Kenya, in other locations throughout the world. So these people, I've known this to be what happening. I think I made a video on my other channel. I will provide you the link. I made the video around almost 10 years ago about these kind of things happening in this town, but of course nobody cares because people think, refugees, when they come here, they are good people, hardworking, they will never commit crimes. They can never think about these sophisticated things about filling out application, hiring lawyers to make sure that if the application gets denied, the application the lawyer will appeal, the government will bend over and give the money to the organizations, because the application in most cases coming from an attorney office, and they think, oh, this is cannot be scammed, but it's coming from a lawyer office. All this shenanigan, of course. And I know, and most people know, that anyone who grows up in Somali communities back home in Somalia knows this to be the case. Somalia is just by nature. This is just not discrimination, but it's just speaking as a fact of observations. If you put food in the front of a dog, the dog is going to rush over and grab that food or find ways to get that food. The availability of the food itself will be enough to draw the dog over. To say that you cannot say the dog will eat the food, to say that it's a discrimination is a nonsense. This is a general genetic, this is a general knowledge. This is just not something that is make up, and as a result of what's going on. And I believe that $250 million that these people discovered to be stolen is just an ice of what's underneath the surface. I believe that all the daycare centers are frauds in that are run by in this town. All of them, every one of them are fraud. And also I believe that adult daycare center, every one of them are run fraud, registering people, paying people to come there. I know for a fact that a lot of these is fraud. So I'm going to show you the name of the people. There are long list of names. You may recognize these people. And I'm also going to Google it and show you the picture of the people that are charged, and you may also know them. So first, let me read this to you. Anyone who grew up in Somali community is aware that Somalia rely on crime to gain advantage in stealing money from government resources. What I mean is that applying for resources that exist, if the government have program where they give the money to the public, they're going to find a way to get that money. Meaning that by creating fraudulent fake paperwork, fake lawyers. The lawyer itself, a lot of the communities, a lot of lawyers themselves are fraud. They don't care as long as they can make money and without jeopardizing any kind of. They don't think of the government coming after them in an investigation. So that's what I'm saying. And as long as the government have resources available to give it to the people without having constantly monitoring, and also the people who are sent to monitor can easily be bribed. They can easily be working with the people by establishing bogus businesses, requesting loan to assist people who don't exist, just like what they're doing. They requesting a loan, not a loan in this case is free money basically from the government that's given to them to help feed the children. If agency decline, if agency dare to decline them or request additional information, the Somalis will automatically sue the agency for discrimination, for being racist, for being Islamophobia, for being, oh, you hate the Muslim, that's why you ask us for more document. You hate immigrant, that's why you ask us for more document. You hate black people, that's why you ask us for more document. This is the type of thinks that white people hate this. So they will, instead of dealing with these things, the white people will bend over and empty their pocket. In this case, this money is not theirs. This is public money collected from taxpayers. So they give this money out. I suspect that this is not only Somalis. Somalis is just the one that's been investigated, but I know that a lot of people from Arab countries, for example, Middle East. If you go back in the day, these are the people are naturally attracted to this kind of stuff. Why? Because they don't see it as being doing something illegal, doing something morally wrong. They see it as taking advantage of a naive government that are in their belief are colonial power that is being robbing people all over the world. And this is a chance for us to do the betting for in our part to get back at them. This is nothing new for people who grow up in Somalia, or especially people who grow up around Somalis in anywhere that are, and this is the culture norms. Somalis does not thrive. They don't get businesses going by working hard, by being innovative. They get things going by lying to the government agencies or lying to companies and then borrowing money from these companies and then pretend that they're doing something with the money, or put an appearance of them doing something with the money. Remember, just last year, there was a daycare center that pretended to provide daycare for a bunch of children, but it turned out that they actually just pay the parent of the children money to use the children's names, and they just use the children's name. They signed the paper saying the children were cared for, the children were at the center, and then from this time to this time, and they just account the hours and bill those hours to the agencies and then get the money for those hours. And then the same thing there for the workers. They create fake workers. They just pay people to pretend that, say that you work for us, sign your name here, and then of course you're going to get paycheck at the end of the week a little bit, but we're going to get money from the government by sending them this fake bogus timesheet or application that are asking them for money, saying this is how much people we provide the service for, the daycare, 100 or 100,000 of children. When in reality, they don't have daycare centers. This building is basically sitting there empty, and a lot of times they don't even have a building. They just have address that are bogus. So this is happening also everywhere. Everywhere Somalia goes, this is included. Happening in the United Kingdom, in Germany, in Australia. This is not only known, this is also the people are known to do this are Somalis, Arabs, Eastern European, Nigerians, some Asian people. They're known to do this, and they don't see it as something wrong. Now, let me show you what it says on here. Department of Justice announced today federal criminal charge against 47 people for their criminal roles in 250 million fraud scheme that exploited federal funded children nutrient program during the COVID-19. Those indictments are alleged the largest relief fraud schemes charged to date, underscoring the Department of Justice's sustained commitment to combating fraud and holding accountable those who participated. So, without reading all this, I'm going to give you the link to read. Let's just go through some of the names, okay? And again, this is the name of the program, federal child nutrient program. This is a program administered by the Department of Agriculture, and then people send their application to this USAID USADA, and then they send the application saying we're going to provide free meals to children in need, be it in school or in some kind of a social service. And then they get the money from the government, from these USDA, and then they use the money for whatever. So let me show you the name of the people that are involved. See this guy right here? United States versus Amy Merrick Volt. They're using actually, in this case they're smart. They're using this white woman to open up the business. And then look at the guy, Ibrahim Sharaf. I've seen this. Let me show you. Let's see. This is the guy's name. Actually, I already Googled his name. This is the guy. He lives in Minneapolis, and that's his name, Liban Yasin. And he allegedly used money stole from the federal child nutrient program to purchase a resort in Kenya. He got a resort in Kenya. I assume that's what the picture of the resort looked like. At least 48 people accused of defrauding the government money to feed the children have donated to Democratic office holders in Minnesota. The number is likely higher, and so as you can see, he donated, this guy, Liban Yusuf, donated $2,500 in May of a year to Keith Ellison, Attorney General guy here. I don't think Keith Ellison knows anything about these groups, to be honest with you. Keith Ellison seemed to be an honest person. He doesn't involve himself in this kind of, I hope he doesn't. And then he also listed Hood Property as his employer, which was Shield Company. He created to purchase luxury items in real estate with the money he stole from government. As those indictments, and then this is the guy with see if I can highlight. That is him right there. See that? And this is the guy that are representative. These guys are appointed. Both of them are appointed in a local government. They work for the government. He donates some money to them. And let's see if I can get rid of that. Okay. So look at that. Ali paid more than he and his co-defendant received more than 1.6 million in child nutrient program. So this is just one person. There are a lot of them, and so it says that he donated money. All those three defendants have allegedly left the country. Oh, so some of them already left the country. Alishire ordered a second fake food site with his co-defendant, which received $180,000 reimbursement. Indictment says the first court during the first court appearance Thursday. So it's just recently. Thursday is actually, this is a couple days ago. So the first appearance Thursday, prosecutors say Alishire Yusuf purchased a resort, blah blah. The first appearance, I want to know what happened. So it says judge ordered his release, dispute concerned from the prosecutor about him fleeing the country. At least 3 defendants have already left the country. Of course, they're gonna run away. That's what Somalis are good for. Criminals good for. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry's U.S. Representative this woman, the Umar, the Somalis woman. And then all the representatives listed on here received some kind of donation from those people. Okay. So this is a list of the donation that they received. All the representatives. Kitolison received $2,500. Abdur Isaac Muhammad. He also is a representative of some kind in the state. He received 1,000, as you can see. I'm gonna put a list of these things on there. I don't want to make the video long, but let's go back to this list. Those are the names on these groups. The following defendants are named in the United States. So this is the people that are on it. And look at the names: Ibrahim Abdullahi Eid, Salam Muhammad Saeed, Abdul Qadir Nur Salah, Columbia Height, Muhammad Sharaf Umar, 39 of Minneapolis, Abdul Nur Salah, Minneapolis, Abdul Hakim Ali of Apple Valley, Minnesota, Ahmad Muhammad Artan, 37 of Minneapolis. So all of these Somalis, you can see. I'm telling you, this is nothing new to me. I've known this to be the case the whole entire times that I've been, and I've seen how these people are opening up all these useless businesses that doesn't take any kind of mind to open daycare centers, adult daycare centers, transportation, some taxis, saying they're gonna get the old people from grocery store to their homes, or all of these schools too. All this transportation, they saying they provide transportation to school. What happened to having normal school bus taking students to school instead of allowing these people to steal? This is a shameful, and this is what is happening. I'm gonna put the list. The name is endless, but I'm going to just to give you the link on the description, on the link, so you can review the name and on your time. But as you can see, it's endless. It just goes on and on and on and on. And I'm gonna provide links, and stay tuned. If you want more detail, click on the link, and also you can kind of highlight the name of these people and then try to Google and look them up. Some of them do show up, a lot of them don't show up. Stay tuned. Don't forget to follow the channel for more updates.